Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you all of the music, movies, and TV shows that I watched and listened to over the month of September. So September wasn't a very kind of big month for music or movies, so I feel like it was more kind of TV heavy, so just be prepared for that. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So starting out with music, I only really have Wildest Dreams, Taylor Swift's version. I was so excited when she released this when it came out because I was at it was the last day of the conference that I was hosting in September, and I was stressed out, but I was like, this is like the best way to end my days with like a new Taylor's version of it. So I'm very curious. I still feel like what era are we in? Is like Red coming out first? Is like there gonna be a surprise release for 1989? I don't know what's going on, but I'm really excited about it. It sounds so good, and so I'm really excited, even for Red coming out 1989. I'm just living my best Swiftie life. So like I said, I was very excited when this came out, and it took me by surprise, but I was really excited about it. So moving on with TV shows, we've just been continuing our watching of Superstore, which is really grown on me. Like I said, it's a little bit cringy sometimes, and it's supposed to be, but it took a while to grow on me. And I do have I've noticed this too with a lot of character driven shows, even Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Parks and Rec, The Office, which are very character focused. It's hard, it takes me a while to get into it. So yeah, it just takes me a while to kind of get into these shows, but I'm really loving it. We're almost done season 4, so we'll probably be done with Superstore very, very shortly. But yeah, it's quickly become one of my favorite kind of recent pandemic show finds, which I'm really liking. And I've just been rewatching Schitt's Creek as well. That show is just it's a very unique show. Again, that one's also very character focused, but I really like kind of just revisiting these characters and all that stuff. So yeah, that show I've also been rewatching as well. And then all of the new TV shows that have started out with this season, and there's only 2 shows that I watched that are currently airing right now. And the first is The Good Doctor. I've only seen the first episode as when I'm filming this. Only the first episode has been out. Like it so far. I'm curious to see, there's a big kind of plot twist at the end of the first one, so I'm very curious to see what happens next. And then the next kind of 2 shows that are together are Law and Order SVU and Organized Crime. SVU will still be my favorite, but yeah, those shows are always good, and I feel like the first 2 episodes were really well done, and I just can't wait to see what this season has in store, especially now that Rollins and Creasy are together, and maybe Benson and Stabler, who knows. But yeah, I'm totally for those ships. I really love it. Organized Crime I like, but not as much as SVU, because I do like the characters a little bit more on SVU, and that show's just been a staple of mine for a very long time. And lastly, for movies, the only movie we watched this September was Worth, which was a show, or it's a Netflix movie, so you can watch it. You can probably find it on Netflix because it is a Netflix original, and it's based off of a true story, but it's kind of similar. If you've seen Spotlight, it's kind of same people that are involved in it, but it follows the lawyers that were tasked with determining the victim compensation after after 9/11, and it was very interesting because it wasn't something that I necessarily thought about. I was 6 when 9/11 happened. My parents made the decision not to tell us, me and my siblings, because we were 6, 4, and 2, and growing up in Canada, at that time it wasn't really relevant to my reality, and even when I did learn about it, it wasn't necessarily something that I would think about in terms of victim compensation, which I think was very interesting. But it also talked about how these lawyers eventually kind of did a lot of the other kind of big things, I think they did Sandy Hook victim compensation, all these other things that they ended up doing because of this, and how no one wanted this job and they were able to kind of get it done, which I think is really interesting. So if you kind of like those things, I think this movie was really well done. So yeah. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this really quick movie and TV show wrap up for September. Like I said, it wasn't very media heavy this month, which is okay, but yeah, nevertheless, I still really enjoyed what I kind of watched and listened to this month. So hopefully once this TV shows start getting picked up again, because I think This Is Us is the only one that hasn't premiered yet. So yeah, besides that, like I said, not a lot going on right now, but that's okay. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.